is wrong. Or maybe you just get lucky.
Shit. No, it's not what it looks like. I swear. I wasn't going to hurt you. I just needed, well, blood.
There, in the dim firelight, you see him for what he really is. A vampire, a slave to sanguine hunger.
I've never killed anyone. Well, not for food. I feed on animals. Boars. Deer. Kobolds. Whatever I can get. But it's not enough. Not if I have to fight. I feel so... weak. If I just had a little blood, I could think clearer. Fight better. Please.
A strange sensation courses through you, and your companion's mind unfolds, secrets half revealed. You focus on the source of the power, but it is quiet and still. It needs to rest.
At best, I was sure you'd say no. More likely, you'd ram a stake through my ribs. No. I needed you to trust me. And you can trust me. Thank you. Do you think you could trust me just a little further? I only need a taste. I swear. Really? Of course. Not one drop more. Let's make ourselves comfortable, shall we?
It's like a shard of ice into your neck, a quick, sharp pain that fades to throbbing numbness. Your breath catches, your pulse quickens.
Oh, of course. That was amazing. My mind is finally clear. I feel strong. I feel happy. Shouldn't take long. So many people need killing. Now, if you'll excuse me, you're invigorating, but I need something more filling. This is a gift, you know. I won't forget it.
You watch as he stalks towards the forest, stronger, more confident, ready to hunt.
Hope you're keeping well, friend. Master. Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Good morning. How do you feel? It'll pass. Just be glad I'm not a true vampire. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn, like my good self. All of a vampire's hunger, but few of their powers. Oh, I've no idea. For 200 years, the sun would have turned me to cinders. Until the crash, when I woke up bathed in its light. Someone, or something, wants me alive. They've changed the rules. Standing in the sun, wading through a river, wandering into homes without an invitation. They're all perfectly mundane activities now. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure those out in time. You're such a sweetheart. I'm just glad you're being sensible about these revelations. I was worried people might turn up with torches and pitchforks. Although there's still time.
So we're traveling with a vampire, are we? Of course we are. A word of warning, Astarion. I taste absolutely awful.
Fine. As long as he keeps his fangs off our necks.
Quite the opposite. I'm here in the spirit of openness and honesty, to work together as a team.
You say all the right words, but I'm not so sure you mean the right things. Still, I will respect the decision that was made.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
We have yet to find Zor. He has seen...
I saw you training those children. You were so gentle. That's not how I was taught.
Cruel words strengthen neither heads nor hearts, Shadowheart.
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned the lesson, after all.
And came to resent your tutor, I bet. I taught them to fight, not to hate.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat. The dagger is tightly embedded in the carcass. You notice nothing unusual. Strained by your clumsy
Good morning. It'll pass. A bite from them and you might wake up as a vampire spawn. Oh, I've no idea. Somewhat. Standing. As for my other quirks, well, we can figure that. You're such a sweetheart. I'm just.
A vampire? Well, that explains the pallor. Given our group's nature, I don't see much harm. We're each monsters in the making, after all.
Fine. As long as he keeps his fangs off our necks.
She's not wrong. We're bound together, no matter what comes.
I just better not wake with any holes in my neck.
There now. We're all friends again. Shall we go? There's a long day ahead of us.
Well met. Are you sure? The blade and...
How can I help? I question the wisdom of that. I'll be here.
We have. He has. It is done.
Yes? I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble. Maybe. But there won't be any more midnight surprises. I can promise you that. Lead on.
Something the matter? If you're sure. Fine.
Feed if you must, Astarion. But give me so much as a hungry look, and I'll drive a stake through your heart.
I do so very like spicy food.
Have a lot on my mind, and, well, in it.
What now? Trust no one.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat. Your cautious method pays off. The dagger glides smoothly out of the mystery meat. succession of quick bangs rattle the door. Then a low moan. Someone, or something, is having a bit of fun.
Go away!
You hear another muffled cry.
Wait, don't interrupt them. Let me do it. They sound disgusting. Yes, here.
Sometimes the only way out is through. Fall by my hand. On the move. Blood comes easy these days. I thought I'd walk in on a bugbear and an ogre.
I'll refrain from detailing my conquests, lest you die of embarrassment.
Watch your bag.
Let's move.
He has... Shook. You, as you said.
Yes? Oh, darling, well...
How can I help? We all have our burdens, one way or the other. Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid it. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body. You're enterprising. I do not yet need to consume an item with
Well met. That's...
Something the matter? All right.
Shadowheart. How blessed I am to be so near.
I heard you with Lae'zel. Don't think I'll play second fiddle to the likes of her. Go try your charms on someone who's out of earshot.
Something over there.
I saw you training those children. You were so gentle.
You'll have to speak slowly. I'm finding it quite difficult. That is most gratifying to hear. May I? Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. Oh, it's not so bad once you get used to it. Sincerely, though. I understand I ask a lot. My lady, I bow to your boundless kindness.
Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
The creature's eyes roll back in its head, equal parts bliss and agony. She'd eaten, feasted, and yet, looking into her eyes...
Come! See!
You hear what comes next before you. The hyena moans softly as its body contorts, ribs cracking and flesh tearing. You land a swift strike against her skull. She yelps, then goes still. Whatever horrific creature was growing inside the hyena dies along with her.
I won't give in. Here we go again.
This won't be quick. That hyena's run off for help.
Very well.
Fleet of foot.
What a horrid sight that was.
They erupted right out of there. Never saw the likes of it.
Let's get on with it.
I'm done. I can't wait to sleep. Never a dull moment.
You seemed quite forward with your compliments earlier. We'd only just met.
Seize the day, I say. More now than ever.
Careful you don't pull a muscle in your haste.
Whatever killed those gnolls might be nearby. Careful.
Cut it out. It's worse than Knowles are.
Nothing we need to worry
That's
about.
East, friend.
So
You're welcome
good.
to rest here.
Blade of Frontier's toughest.
Who's there? Please, keep your distance. A devil. We are paladins of Tyr. One horn. You know her. Which she slaughtered countless refugees fleeing the Absolute. We were lucky to survive our encounter with her. She ran toward... She must pay for...
This is the sword of...
It's all I have. But it's yours, if you stop her. May the just...
Need any supplies? We've fewer mouths to feed now.
Oh, you
Let my enemies fall.
Still on my feet.
Gone with the weave.
torment.
Need to act fast.
This isn't good.
Well, so much for peace. Time to press ahead.
So, will with a Y. Why?
Why? That's right.
But why?
Why? A great uncle's name, my father said. But I just figured he couldn't spell. One horn.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the blade.
A great heat roar. Then you're lost the blood war.
What was the...
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil.
I can
Another vision. Her rage.
You saw the truth.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
Listen to sense now. Don't want this to end badly for either of us. You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are... Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the... Turns out, I played along. Zariel liked it. So little. She sent a bunch of goons, so don't worry, I'll lead the charge. But I could use your help. There's a lot of them and only one of me. After that... That's incredible! Well, in that case, you ought to let me return the favor. My muscle for your aid in my battle against the powers of the Archbitch. Wait! Now we're talking. Hang on, though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
You sound like a man with the 9 hells at his heels.
You're closer than you know. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. Well, then. Are you sure? And just...
What can I do you for? Let's go, go, go. Why are we slowing down? Why not? Let me see if I can paint you a picture. The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? The two of them conspired to give me a little gift. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down. Wild, right? And believe it or not, I'm one of Zariel's least mutilated pets. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize... A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but... Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, and start making up for lost time. But not today. Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? Oh, man! Lucky you! That's the dream! Maybe when this is all done, you can show me where you came from. My family home's long gone, but I'll show you my favorite. Yeah? Demons, on the other hand, sharp instincts. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I don't suppose you've any clue where we are in relation to Waterdeep.
From this distance between Elturel and Baldur's Gate, I'd say a long way away.
That'll make getting word to my mother rather tricky. No matter. What she doesn't know can't hurt her. Not at this distance, anyway.
thought I sensed an infernal around here. But you aren't from Elturel. What's your story?
I spent a good bit of time in the Hells. Enlisted against my will by the Archdevil Zariel. Same as you, I suppose, if you're from Elturel. The devils were delighted when your city was swallowed up. I thought they had you for keeps. Glad you got out.
I got lucky. It looks like you did too. And you brought some infernal machinery with you.
A little gift from Zariel. Keeps me burning hot.
Very hot by the smell of it. Might be burning out a piston ring or leaking oil.
Be my guest. But don't get too close or your eyes will melt shut.
Phew! You really are burning up. Whoever put that engine together tried to house metallurgized Demono valves inside a Ragnak's alloy casement. Very risky. I might be able to help. That thing isn't meant to operate.
Will you be able to turn down the temperature a little? Worried I'm gonna go in for a handshake and singe someone's arm off one of these days.
I'd worry about surviving the night first. But help one, help both. If we can cool you off, it'll stabilize your engine and allow you to touch whomever you please. Meanwhile, I've still got plenty of weapons and armor in stock if you're looking for them.